This KISD Coaches Show is supported by Coach Henderson Sports Photography, Modern Appliance, Killeen Veterinary Clinic, Denali Roofing, Seashells Visuals, and Cloud Real Estate. Welcome into the Josh Sadler Show here on I-14 Sports. Glad you're joining us for tonight's ball game. If listen to this before the ball game, hopefully, so you're all ready to go, all primed up, as they say. Josh, how are things going? Did you have a good weekend, buddy?
Did. Got to spend a little bit of time with the kids, the family. Watched a lot of film, a lot of things to fix, a lot of things to get prepared for Shoemaker, and, spent a lot of time doing the things I needed to do.
I want to tell you one thing. You're more tired after the kids or after these kids here at the high school with the workouts?
Well, I tell you what, I was tired after my kids, on Saturday. I tried to play as much as I could with them because you just don't get very much time as an old head football coach, So I tried to wear them out, wear myself out as well, because you just cherish the time you get to spend with your children.
And they're great. Yeah. Wonderful to see them after the ball game every Friday night. It's
Absolutely.
Wonderful family atmosphere here at Killeen High.
Yeah, we're going to.
Hey, Red Oak, pretty tough team. Got some bad breaks during the ball game. Some big plays was the difference. The score is really not indicative of what happened on the field. I was standing there the whole time, so I know your team played well.
Yeah.
A few turnover here, turnover there.
Yeah.
And a different ball game.
Well, and the old saying go, if hands and butts were candy and nuts, life would be a whole lot sweeter. But we've got to figure out a way through the discipline that we create in our program and just the culture that we cultivate here to not make those mistakes. And I think that's stuff that we can fix in the off season, stuff that we're going to continue to fix every day. But you just can't give good football teams like that those opportunities. We got into situations where we were 2 and 2.5 scores down where we had to do things that are kind of off script, so to speak. Trying to fake punt, trying to onside kick. Those things are off script. And when you get off script sometimes with high school kids, some things go wrong. And that was kind of the difference for me in the score, the way the score looked. I don't worry about the scores, but that's why it looked differently because there were 21 points off of crazy plays that normally probably wouldn't be there.
One of them, you're at the 20-yard line about to score a touchdown, and the ball gets turned over, and then take it the other way, 75 yards.
And you can't fault Rod on that because that was straight running effort. I mean, he was doing everything he could to extend the play, get a first down, and get as many yards as he can. I can't fault the kid for effort.
Right.
Yes, he fumbled the ball. Okay, that's a mistake. But my deal is that was all effort for him. We'd love for him to take it to the ground once he gets the first down. But again, that kid's he's trying to win with every fiber of his being. So I can't fault him for that. And then they pick it up and take it to the house, after that. It's just, those are the freaky things that happen.
Exactly.
Some people say snake bit.
Yeah.
But in my world, what I attribute that to, again, is the preparation, the culture, the mindset of your team, and those things are done in the off season. That's why they say you win football games in the off season. You don't win them on Friday night. So
sometimes the bounce of the ball doesn't go your way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And about that.
Well, no, but I think that you get those bounces by what you do in the off season. By
karma.
Yeah, well, it's karma. To me, it's mental. It's about your belief system. If the kids go out there and believing that they can do things, then they'll do it. If you mentally prepare yourself to be successful, then that's what they're going to do. And we've got to really work hard on that. At getting these kids to believe in themselves and believe in everything that we're doing here. And that's a culture piece, and that doesn't change overnight. It takes time, and that's the whole premise of everything we're going to build around here. So.
Well, you're doing a damn good job right now.
Thanks.
I appreciate you. But and talking to you explain so many things differently than anybody else, and it really, I can understand it a lot more, if that makes any sense to you.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's you to build a program. I believe you have to understand culture, and
and I think people have to remember that you just got here.
Yeah. Well, and that's never going to be my excuse.
No, not as an excuse.
I'm not going to make excuses for anything. I'm not happy with where we are in the win-loss column, but I also understand that there's a ton of room for improvement, and we're gonna get that stuff done. So, I mean, everybody says it takes time, and I'm an impatient person, so I'm not very happy right now. But what I will tell you is I'm proud of our kids' effort. Like I said, with Rod on the fumble, our kids are playing hard. We've got to do the job of teaching these kids the small pieces, the small parts, the little things that make the big differences. And that's where coaching comes in. And I think, in time, that's where you're going to see the biggest changes, are the little small details, the finite things that people overlook a lot of times that make the huge differences in big ball games, especially when you're playing uber talented people. The Red Oak was very talented. They were a very good football team. But even if they're more talented than we are, we can still beat those guys if we do little things right. And, those were the little things. That's what I talk to kids about Friday night after the game, little things. And as minute as they think it is, it's, not wearing earrings out into practice when they've been told. It's wearing the correct clothes out to practice, the correct top and bottom, making sure they're uniform and doing all those little things, being on time. Doing all those little things that matter so much because they roll over into a football game in those prime time situations when you need it the most. That's where that stuff shows up.
Yep. Shoemaker Gray Wolves up for you.
Yep.
Friday night. Yep. Toby's got a good team going. They're sitting there. They've got a win to get in the playoffs, more or less. And you're standing over there on the other side with a little wry smile that I see on your face right now. And I know Toby's probably going to look over there and see it on Friday.
That's fine. Yeah, and Toby does a great job over him, and I know half his coaching staff. I've coached against them for the last 15 years. Toby and I go back to 2002. So, there's a lot of familiarity between the two of us. We love each other like brothers. I think for 364 days a year, we talk to each other all the time, about program, about team, about, how to help kids. And we share ideas all the time, but that one day a year we're going to be brutal enemies, and we're going to get after each other's tail. And honestly, I can't think of a better way, on Friday night to go spoil his thought process of getting in the playoffs. And that's my thought process. He knows that, and that's perfectly fine. And so that's the goal. We're going to go out there and give them everything we got. And the goal is to go out there and spoil their chances and make them have to really scrounge and scrap to get their butts in the playoffs. And that's exactly what we want.
You match up with them pretty good speed-wise and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think we do. Overall speed, they probably got a little bit more, but that's okay. I mean, to me, I tell our kids all the time, it's not about, you're never going to match people talent for talent. You've got to go out there and do things technically sound and make sure that you're doing all those little things in the play to make sure that you take away some of those speed things or those talent things that they may have. And that's what we've got to focus on.
All right. Well, good luck to you.
Thanks.
So Shoemaker Gray Wolves.
Thanks. We're going to need it. They're a good football team, very well coached. And I know that Toby will have them ready to go, but I think he knows, too, that we're going to be rearing and ready to go. I mean, I told our seniors we have a lot to play for. We really do. And we may be eliminated from the playoffs statistically, but, we have a lot to play for in the next two games. And, their legacy that they're leaving behind and starting this program is a big part of that. I want them to put their stamp on this thing as we move forward in the 2022, season. They need to make sure that everybody understands that they're the class that everything started with.
Good luck to you, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate you.